we are back for another episode of the Free PMS Ladies podcast show. Woo-hoo. Okay, that's a bit late, girls, but okay, that's fine. Okay, so again, we have another special guest. Please, Maria, introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. My name's Maria, founder of Greys Treats and Womanist Worldwide.
Nice.
Nice. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So our listeners, we have Maria today, who, as she said, is the founder of Greys Treats and Womanist. She has been doing this company for a couple of years now. Am I correct, Maria? Sorry, say again?
Yes, you are. I've been doing it for 2 years now.
Yep. And can you just tell us a bit about how you got started and what these two wonderful brands are?
Okay, so as you said, there are two brands. The first brand being Greys Treats. It's a hamper service, a luxury hamper service. That's been running 2 years officially, but probably about 7 years in total. We do hampers. Obviously, it surged really well in the pandemic because obviously people couldn't reach their loved ones. And so they called Greys Treats. And so we had to officially make everything, whole. In reference to Womanist is a woman's hub. It's built around sisterhood and connecting women for, mental well-being, social well-being, financial well-being. It's just promoting well-being in general. We do events, we do courses, we do trainings. We just want to build a society and a community for women to grow, to be able to depend on one another. And that's basically what Womanist does.
Great, thank you. So looking on your Instagram pages, I can see that Greys Treats, as well as you do hampers, that you've done some sort of like balloons in with a basket kind of gifts. I see that you do stuff for like baby showers as well as weddings. Is that correct?
Yeah, so our hampers are for all occasions. Our biggest sellers are for like weddings and for baby showers. So we have like our biggest sellers are the Luxe balloon, which is like a balloon, kind of looks like an egg. It's on a tray and it has loads of different luxury items inside. Our second big seller is our hot air balloon. And our hot air balloon it looks like a hot air balloon, and then it has whatever you want underneath from our catalogue.
Very nice.
This one is quite sexy, actually. Wow.
Hot air balloon. I was like, yes.
So you mentioned that it's been like an idea for like the last 7 years, like, or you started it like, not officially, but you started putting things together. Can you kind of talk us through your process of how you've come to have these two brands, and also what makes your brand quite different from the rest? I know you mentioned that it's luxury. So what kind of service are our listeners or your audience expected to receive?
Okay, so as I said, it's 7 years in the making. For the first 5 years, I was doing hampers seasonally, or for people that would know, I'm an event planner by trade. That's what I do, and I was doing hampers seasonally, or for people who knew that I did hampers, to gain access to that. Just do something small around Christmas, do something Valentine's, etc. But obviously, as I said, as the pandemic happened, it became there was a big need for it. People not being able to reach their loved ones in hospital, people not being able to reach their loved ones who have just had a baby. And so that is when I started taking it seriously, because there was such a high need for it that it would be quite silly not to. I call it a luxury hamper service because of the experience. So the experience is every single person that I deal with, every single person I'm speaking to will have a consultation, even if it's just a brief consultation because they haven't got the time. We always try to pride ourselves on speaking to our clients to find out what they need. Sometimes we find services can be it can lack interpersonality. You don't have that connection. And so the main thing that I be able to do was connect with people when doing these hampers, so people don't feel like, I'm just paying loads of money for something, and this person just wants my money. No, I want to know about the person you're giving the gift to so that I can best advise you on what I think would suit that person. Because obviously I'm a specialist in this field and you are somebody who wants to provide a gift for someone.
Yeah. Brilliant.
I think that does make it very personal.
Brilliant. So what is your biggest achievement to date so far? With Grace first, and then we can talk about Womanist after.
Biggest achievement to date is I've got my son who's just decided to run in on me.
No, that's all right. Oh, I can hear that cute voice. That's all right.
Biggest achievement to date. Biggest achievement to date, I would say, is we had a really big contract in 2020, Christmas, to supply a corporate company with corporate gifting hampers for their Christmas gifting. Had to do 100 hampers.
Ooh. Wow.
And just the fact that, to be honest, they came to us was a big accomplishment. I was really, really, shocked at the fact that they had heard about us through the grapevine. As I said, we only started taking it really seriously in like March 2020, April 2020. And so for the December of 2020 to receive somebody, giving us a 100 box order, that for me was a really big turning point, because it kind of said, okay, you're doing something that makes sense here.
Yeah.
Buy into your.
Now, I just want to jump in. Now, I'm not surprised. Now, I've been to one of your events. This is obviously, I haven't received a hamper. I'll be definitely checking you out and having a look to see what the hampers are like. But, I've had the pleasure of experiencing your professionalism and how you kind of put things together. And I was even impressed. I thought, okay, nice venue, went to, nice setup, nice snacks. I always judge people by the snacks.
By the snacks.
Snacks. I don't know what I'm going to be experiencing right now. I need some good snacks to get me through it. And if the snacks are bad, that's always an indication to me something's not right here. But everything, I thought, everything here's on point. Even I think we did, what was it? It was, we did like a vision board, and even the little carry-on to take the vision board away. I was like, I still use that for other things. I was like, oh, this is nice. It was definitely an experience. That's what I would say. It was
brilliant.
Nicely put together. And I thought, this is, yes, I like
it.
So I'm not surprised, because and I thought, okay, if that's what you're doing for events, imagine now what you're doing for your hampers. I definitely think of someone that thinks about the smaller details that maybe other brands might not really consider. So I just want
thank you so much. Right? Thank you.
Do you have a last team of people working with you?
No,
so is it just you putting it together?
Predominantly me, but now I have 2 other people working with me, so we're growing. I have 2 other people working with me, particularly when we have really large productions to do, like 100. This year, I really want to focus a good chunk of my energy on corporate gifting, and kind of becoming a company's favorite in reference to gifting, the go-to for corporate or luxury gifting. So that's kind of where my focus is, and naturally, because of that, I can't do it alone.
Yeah. That makes
I don't have enough hands.
Yeah.
Many hands make light work.
Exactly.
And sorry, I interrupted with the second part of Nick's question. So what has been your biggest accomplishment to date with the Womanist brand?
My biggest accomplishment with Womanist has been the response from women. You start something, or you get this idea, you get this, vision to do something, and you don't know if the vision is going. Yes, you may. You don't know if the vision is going to be received in the way in which you have hoped it would be. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you don't know. Sometimes I feel like you get a vision and you don't know who that vision is for. You just receive something, and it's either you go with it or you don't go with it. And I've many a times not gone with it and seen it happen elsewhere. I always say, if you don't, I'm a Christian, and I always say, if you do not take heed of the vision that you've been given, God's going to give it to somebody else.
Mm.
But there's been many things that I've got an idea to do and I have not done. And I will walk past the exact space where I was thinking in my mind that, oh, this would be perfect for this or this. And I'll see the exact same thing that I thought would be perfect there, sitting there. And I always say to myself, well, Maria, if you don't act upon this, God is going to give it to somebody else to act upon it. And so I never really know. Sometimes, like with the womanist thing, I was really convicted. I felt like sisterhood was really important. We started just like 2019, I would say. And it was before the pandemic. Yeah. And then we went into a pandemic. And even in the pandemic, the amount of women that just contacted and just was speaking about the need and just how it's impacted them or how a post has impacted them. It's really been a call to service. It's been a call to service. It's made me feel like I need to really dig deep this year into Womanist and give it a lot more. Nice. Because yes, last year I felt like I was slightly sidetracked. Last year was a very, very hectic year for me. There were so many things that happened last year. And so I felt slightly sidetracked. But even then, the calls and the emails and the DMs really kind of set me back on track. It's kind of set me ablaze a bit because I was really like kind of dwindling off, like, oh, and that sisterhood, that idea of sisterhood and that idea of a community really kept me going. So I definitely feel like that's the biggest accomplishment of Womanist, that it is impacting people in the way in which I didn't even anticipate it would.
Nice. It sounds like it's becoming like bigger than, you know, like I guess it started off as one thing and now it's just growing into something that's huge now. That's really
definitely. It's growing into something that I didn't imagine it would grow into. And so I'm quite excited because it's taken me on a journey rather than me carrying it along somewhere. It's kind of taken me somewhere.
Yeah, it's lovely. Nice. Nick, next question.
Yeah, it sounds really good for me. It sounds like it's gone from strength to strength. And we pray that it continues to do so in 2022 and beyond. What have you found to be your biggest challenge though so far on these two, you know, brands? They're quite similar, but they're quite different respectively. So what's been your biggest challenge for Greys and for Womanist?
I think my biggest challenge for Greys and Womanist has been a personal challenge. Obviously, when you are putting yourself into something, you kind of forget that you need to top yourself up. Yeah. And you can give all of yourself to something and then be completely depleted and have nothing else to give. Yeah. And I think, as I said, last year was a very challenging year for me. And although I didn't throw myself into Greys and Womanist, I used Greys and Womanist kind of like a comfort blanket. And so I used them as a comfort blanket, but at certain points I found myself feeling completely drained because I wasn't really addressing some of my personal challenges. So last year I lost my father. It was this week, it marked a year. And so I used, you know, people would say, oh, you know, I had certain commitments that I'd already put in place for both. And people would say, oh, are you sure you're going to be able to do it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I did it. In fairness to myself, I did do it. But it was after the fact that I was like, you are really just giving yourself without even thinking. You're not even processing. You're just kind of running on autopilot. Yeah. And so at a certain point, towards the end of the year, I found myself really not knowing where to go next with it. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely think that has been one of my biggest challenges, or if not the biggest challenge that I've faced with both. Yeah. Just because. And so now when I've moved into 2022, the aim was to build in a steady pace rather than just ignoring certain things and just going autopilot. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, first and foremost, sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And I know a year goes like that. So, but I think especially as women, we're always guilty of that. We're always guilty of putting into, you know, things and other people and really not taking the time to really look after ourselves, just to make sure we can, you know, there's nothing wrong with self-care. You know, we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves so that we can be the best for whatever it is, business, family, whatever, you know. So I think it's probably a good thing that you've obviously recognized that, and that you can now, because obviously, you know, unfortunately this is life, you know. Next year, if it's not Omicron, it will be whatever the next variant is. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know the Greek alphabet, so you know, it will always be something, and we have to learn and grow to kind of manage those things and just do the balancing act. But you know, you're strong, you know, this is, they always, you know, they know us women, we're strong, you know, and we try and get what needs to be done. So, you know, okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And it does sound like, you know, from seeing some of the traction on your social media, that things are in a good stead. So you've definitely overcome, and you're definitely pushing forward, which is an inspiration. And we can hear you've got a little one there. So we can imagine that it's not easy, but you know, you're still delivering that excellent service that, you know, people are coming to you for, which is definitely you're showing your professionalism and how brilliant your services are.
Thank you.
So well done to you.
Thank you very much
for being the inspiration behind your own brand and leading from the front, you know, which is really important as well for anyone who's leading something such as, you know, a women's place to come to, you know, find out more about themselves, to have that refuge, that you're also like a living example that it is possible.
Yeah.
So what's next for our Greys this year and our women's? I know you said that you want to go down the corporate route, but have you got any exciting projects coming up, or any events possibly coming up in the near future?
Greys, as I said, I want to go down the corporate route, but definitely there's still, like, Valentine's has been a big thing with Greys this year. This seems to be the year of love. Everybody's like ordering, everybody's in love. So Valentine's has been a big thing for Greys this year. I have quite a few orders and quite a few commitments because of Valentine's. We've been speaking to a corporate company, in reference to a big gifting in the summer, which is really exciting. I think it's going to be about 250 packages, which it's like, oh yes, come on, and you're like, oh, my fingers. So yeah, it's really exciting. I'm excited for that, and just trying to establish. Greys is going to have its website up this year, hopefully before May. Where everything is underway, everything is happening underneath, it's churning. So the website should be up, an e-commerce website where people can access the website and obviously buy their goods directly. And with Womanist, there are some events in schedule for this year, and there are some retreats, hopefully. We're still in talks with some of the people who will be providing services for that, but there is hopefully a retreat for women at some point towards the latter end of the year, where women will be able to have a stay a little closer away from home. So hopefully we'll be able to do something where people can just unwind, you know.
Nice.
As you said, there's so much that's expected of women because, you know, more time, we just get on with it, right? So we want to provide something towards the end of this year that will allow women to just have that time, even if it's just a weekend, a weekend of complete pampering and relaxation and learning. You know,
that sounds wonderful.
So that's something that is in the pipelines and hopefully should be announced soon.
Nice.
All things being equal, you know, hopefully should be soon. So yeah, that's what's happening with Womanist and Greys this year. So everyone should really keep an eye out.
Nice. Well, I have a piece of unsolicited advice to help you continue to grow your business. You have other employees that live in your house who will be unpaid, who you can get if you start teaching them now. Start helping you, and it's free of charge. You know, they're already living rent free. you know.
That's it.
So it's time to earn their
keep.
As my mum said when she would get me to do things, I'd be like, Mum, I got homework. She'd be like, this is your homework. Let's get it done. So, you know, that's just like I said, piece of unsolicited advice for you.
I'll definitely be taking it. I'll definitely be taking it.
All right. So we've finished grilling you with those questions. And now we're going to do some quick fire round questions.
Okay.
These are, you don't think about them. You just, whatever the Lord brings to your mind, you just, you just say. Now,
good luck.
One of your close friends or people that really have respect for you will listen. Just whatever the Spirit tells you to say, just go for it.
Okay.
So, cat or dog?
Dog.
Ooh, Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. Facebook or Twitter?
Facebook.
ISO or Android?
Sorry?
ISO or Android?
ISO.
Okay. Big party or small gathering?
Big party.
Okay.
Big bash.
Okay. I like that. Okay, let's have a look. So, another one. Rich friend or loyal friend?
Loyal friend.
I don't know why people listen. It's rich friend all day for me, boy. I don't care.
Loyal friend, because that loyal friend needs to be coming with the coins too. Don't selling me under the bus with our riches, just selling me down the river. No, loyal and coinage.
Okay, summer or winter?
Summer.
Okay, morning or night?
Morning.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay, and I'm gonna wrap up with this last question. Vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Ooh, okay. You know what? You did good. You handled that to the professionalism in you. You handled that like, yeah, bring it on. I like that. So we want to know, where can people find your information? If someone's looking for a hamper, if someone's looking for one of your events, just give us all your handles, give us all your information,
okay.
So let the people know.
So you can find me for Womanist or Greys Treats on Instagram for Greys Treats, for instance, at Greys Treats. That's on Instagram, or Womanist Worldwide on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook, Womanist Worldwide. You can find us on Issue. We have issue catalogs for our Greys Treat stuff. Wow. Soon enough, you'll be able to find us on greystreats.com because, you know, as I said, that's underway. Womanist has a web page.
Lovely.
womanistworldwide.com. And where else can you find us? You can also contact us via telephone.
Oh, nice.
Yes, on 079 58 445 648. That's 079 58 445 648. And you will be able to get hold of me personally. That's the business line. And you'll be able to speak to me about whatever you want to speak to me about. I'm here. Just a call away.
Nice. Okay, so just another tip. When your friend that your child that came in is old enough to actually handle phone conversations professionally, get his number, you know, and they'll be calling him and he'll be in between doing homework. He'll
say, Mum, they keep calling me. They keep calling me.
Featuring Relly by Grubbo Now.
No, don't play anything, Alexa. Don't play. They keep calling me back.
Okay, so we have a competition. And we want our listeners to email in. They know the email address and I'll give it at the end. Email in, and the question is, what is Maria's profession? So her background, what's prepared her for all of this entrepreneurship? What's her background? What is her background profession? So email us if you've been listening. If you've forgotten or you've been just so intrigued with the whole conversation, rewind or do whatever it is and listen back to figure out to listen out for her profession. So whoever comes into us, whoever we like the look of from the email responses, they'll be getting a giveaway. Maria,
yes.
Can you let us know what the giveaway is, please?
The giveaway is in theme of, Valentine's and this time of love. It is a love-shaped hamper, a heart-shaped hamper, which is red. It has a candle inside, and it has so many luxurious Lindt door chocolates smothering the candle. The scents are amazing on the candle. It's like a Santal vanilla, so just cast yourself away. And it's beautifully wrapped up with some red ribbon and a nice big bow. And you can tell everyone, if you haven't received a Grace treat before, you can tell everyone that you received a Grace treat for free.
That's right.
Now I'm going.
You even sold that well with the way you spoke. I was like, yes.
I'm going to ask my boyfriend to listen in and to enter the competition.
Right.
Excuse me. No.
Tell him to answer right.
Exactly. Honestly, Maria, you've been absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Ideally, we want you to come back, especially just before the summer and whatnot, and promote anything that you're doing, any up and coming
especially that retreat, girl.
Yeah.
That retreat. Yes. Mother to mother, that retreat, please.
Definitely come back.
Don't worry, we'll tell you first.
Nice. Yeah, exclusive. Nice. So, okay, we're going to wrap up our show. So, as always, listeners, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, iTunes, Podbean, SoundCloud. Email us at freepms.ladies@gmail.com, and we will put all your information, Maria, out there for our listeners and whatnot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
I'm your girl, Queen P.
I'm Snoop.
I'm Nick.
Bye, guys.
Bye y'all.